All I can think of when I see this is like this is a Napoleon Dynamite remake where it's not Uncle Rico, sorry, where Kip Dynamite drives over the Tupperware and shatters it. This must be Joker when he put the food on his roof and then or maybe Stoker. He put the food on his roof, but then he drove away and he drove over the food and he became the Joker. That's British Columbia. Crumb. Madigan, Potts, Crumb. Is this the A team? Am I insane? No? Oh, it's Split. that is obviously Split, man. My bad. It's all the lockers are for his personalities. It's a very nuanced look at mental health. Well, this is awkward. That was unexpected. Most realistic portrayal of a split personality. This movie blew my mind because at the end of it, doesn't he he grows to like 3 times his normal size? Like, I don't think that's a split personality, man. I think he's actually like a supervillain. But then they've got him in the mental asylum in Glass. Like, he's just crazy. He's crazy, but he's also like an alien or something, man. You can't just have him next to people who are like depressed and stuff. Anyway, on January 6, 2007, what NFC team did the Cowboys lose to in Wild Card Weekend when Tony Romo famously fumbled the snap for an extra point attempt to tie the game? Good NFC team in 2007. Yeah, man. Yeah. I got to say, it's the Seahawks. Oh! Hall of Famer pitcher also holds the record for most career Gold Gloves won. 300 wins. Retired in 2008. Roy Halladay. Okay, I'm not as cracked as, Greg Maddux. Jeff Ogilvy is from what country? Australia? I didn't know that. It's just Ogilvy sounds like a deeply Australian name. Parma, Hamilton, Kettering, and Dublin are top 20 most populated cities from what U.S. state? Ohio? Dublin, Ohio sounds right to me. I'm kind of cracked at knowing a little bit about the United States, man. This is a Jonas brother. It's definitely Nick Jonas. And lady with a big hat, blonde lady with a big hat. Straight hair, blonde lady, big hat. I'm just going to say this is Bebe. It's not Bebe Neuwirth. I thought maybe it'd be Baby Rexa. It's probably not Rex Harrison. Are you even Nick Jonas? Yeah, you're Nick Jonas. And then if I block out your face, I actually have no idea. I'm going to say it's Brie Larson, even though she's not a singer and this is a music festival. What do you think? Could be Haley Williams. I could see Margot Robbie. That's a really tough one, though. The Beastly Burger, Taste of the Islands, Anaconda Pasta, and Niles Ketch are the name of menu items from this themed sit-down chain. And say it's the Rainforest Cafe. The Nile Pasta. That's got to be good. Mormon HBO show is called... It's not Is it Skins? No, Skins is British. It's not Suits. Big Love. Big Love. John C. Riley was in Walk Hard. It's not habit forming. It's a quarter after one. I'm a little drunk is the song Need You Now by Lady A, as they now call themselves. That's pretty good, man. You posted. The mashup was really hard. We could have gotten Greg Maddux too, which is kind of pissing me off, but Olivia Wilde. That's okay. Insane pull. Because this is Olivia Wilde with dyed hair, man. I could the jaw, it's an Olivia Wilde jaw, but still. She got that blockhead. You literally can't say that, okay? It's illegal. That's TOS. Does kind of look like Jack White. Jack White wishes he had the musical talent of Nick Jonas, man. Turn signal. No, okay. Let's think about this. Reserve, coach, guide, train, and signal to instruct someone, to teach someone. Reserve? Oh, okay, hang on. Signal, wait. Federal Store, Federal Reserve, Federal Bank. I want to say like Federal Park, but I think we could do better. Or we could eliminate something else first. Pool, park, store, pool, park, break, park, break, signal, turn, things you do in a car, driving instructor directives. Inchworm, glowworm, earthworm, bookworm. Federal blank? Cash. Okay, it's not federal blank at all. That was actually a really insanely easy connections today. What is Federal Store? It's a store in Vancouver, but I always assumed that its name was a reference to a concept in like politics. Is Federal Store not a thing? Federal Store. Definitely appears to mostly just be this place in Vancouver. It's got good reviews, though. And the federal pool? I don't know. Where the president swims? What do I know, dude? I'm not American. Ray Gun or Moo Dang. Those are epic memes. Avoid one's taxes. Fraud. This doesn't seem like it's going to match the next one. Sotomayor. Sonia. Comical routines in a school talent show. Skits. I only eat unleavened bread. I am on the path of yeast resistance. Messy. Evoke. Mania. Polishes as an article. Edits. East of Eden. Okay, easy enough. Not a hard mini today. What is ray gun? The Australian breakdancer. I already know this shit's gonna blow my mind. Four monks distilled vinegar. 2 gallons of distilled vinegar, $3.99. Okay, I just remember we did it before. It's literally like cheaper than water. I always get surprised at how cheap it is, and then people go, it's mostly water, but it's cheaper than water. Like, this shit doesn't make sense. They're putting, well, I don't know what the other part of vinegar is. Tastes better too? I know that's right. You know where Americans, Northeast, don't listen to this part. You guys are okay. You know where Americans really screwed up? When they made ketchup the default French fry dip/sauce instead of malt vinegar. The UK was cooking with that one, man. The vinegar on the French fries is like, it's top tier. And I hate to see it, like it's falling out of favor, I think. Ketchup is winning everywhere. We got to keep vinegar alive, man. What about rants? Interesting. What about rants? What about Bolivia? You don't know shit about that. I never noticed Bolivia looks a lot like a fucking eagle, dude. Hooked beak. Plumage. How about San Marino? My favorite Miami Dolphin. Ooh. How about Albania? How about Ukraine? How about Turkey? It could just be Turkey. It could be Jordan. Unlikely, I think. It's adjacent. Could be Israel. The mystery country is Israel. Well, mystery freaking solved, dude. We found it. Worldla. Now, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Finally, somebody's saying what we're all thinking. Did you see the video that was like comparing Australia's size to other continents? And then there's some malarkey, okay? Because they grab Australia and they like pan it around the map. When they put it over like North America, it becomes almost the size of North America. Nah, man. Sorry. Look at a map sometime. Australia, not that big. Canada is like, it's like this big. Australia is like, it's like that big. It's not even close. Also receive benediction. Australia. Boom. I'd love to see the stats on that one. Box office game. June 8th, 2007. Oh shit, dude. This is like my first week of, actually, it's probably like the end of my first month of summer vacation after college. We're getting into like Transformers is about to come out. Live Free or Die Hard is about to come out. We saw Fantastic Four 2 in the movie theater. Let's see what we got here. George Clooney, 2007, $36 million. It's a crime thriller. George Clooney and Brad Pitt? And it's not Ocean's. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Let me put a pin in that one for just a second. Big Walt Disney movie starring Johnny Depp. That's Pirates 1 came out in 2003, so this is probably Pirates 3, The Dead Man's Chest. Pirates 3 at World's End. Okay. At the end of the world, the adventure begins. Universal movie with good legs, starring Seth Rogen. 2007, 100% this is Knocked Up. Should have known. Sony Pictures opened to 17 milli, starring Shia LaBeouf. No, Disturbia came out. It was like a Disturbia was a winter release. Eagle Eye? Transformers definitely did not open to 17 million. And it's an animated comedy movie. Is this Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Well, why throw a guess? I don't know what animated films Shia's been in. A major ocean picture. Shark Tale was like '05, and it's not a Nemo movie. Could it be Shark Tale 2? They didn't make a Shark Tale 2. Okay, put a pin in that one for a second. Paramount Pictures 281 million starring Mike Myers. Very likely to be Shrek 3. That sounds right. Now this is ticking me off. George Clooney, Brad Pitt. What it is, dude, that's a comedy, bro. Flicking my ballsack with these genres. Crime thriller. This one, a major ocean picture. Jeff Bridges. A young surfer, but encounters with laid-back locals force him to rethink his values. Surfs Up. Okay. I can live with that. There's really a surfing... Wait, is Happy Feet a surfing penguin movie or just a penguin movie? Because that came out like... I'm going to say that came out February '07. And then the surfing penguin came out June '07. Dancing Penguin. Happy Feet is about dancing. That's true. Penguins in Madagascar had come out March of the Penguins had come out a few years earlier. It was a penguin era for sure. Well, that was pretty good though. It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but it was pretty good. Let's go to... Honestly, I'm kind of sick of video games. Let's go back to some more movies, man. I'm sorry. I saw Viola Davis on Movie Grid, and I just like... at some point, I got to watch some Viola Davis movies. Because she comes up in like every single... You know, actually, I can do it. I can do it. She comes up in Movie Grid once a week at a minimum. I know what she's in, though. She's in Widows. I know 3 Viola Davis movies. And she's in Suicide Squad. And she's in The Suicide Squad. Probably her 3 best roles, if I had to guess. Robert Downey Jr., probably go something like Chaplin. $100 million plus at the box office, '05 to 2025. You know what? People know The Judge. They may not know Due Date. As much, at least. That's tough for me. It's possible like Doolittle did that, but I think it was a colossal flop. Was it pre-pandemic? It's maybe not worth the pull, okay? 100 million, '05 to 2025, Little Miss Sunshine from Paul Dano. Probably play Prisoners over here. And $100 million plus at the box office. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. People were going to see movies back then, you know? There Will Be Blood could be up there. Obviously, the Batman is going to be there. Oh, Dano. Ruby Sparks probably not going to be there. I'm going to go the Batman. I'm going to go full grid and just take a couple freebies. And then the Marvel stuff will split this up like crazy, so I'm not even worried. I'll play like Spider-Man Homecoming. Good enough. We were Top 36%. Not bad. Lupa. Time travel on that thing is what they would say if they made that movie now and then put it into Borderlands.
Behold, a verb meaning to perceive through sight.
I'm telling you, the perfect is incoming. Get ready.
Concrete, a adjective meaning carnival, a noun meaning quashed, a verb meaning to suppress.
I mean, this is a given.
Film, a noun meaning a thing.
I've heard of it.
Harumph, a verb meaning to clear the throat in a.
You will not get me on any Ebenezer Scrooge words. Harumph. Hogwash. He's got others. Bah.
Detergent, an adjective meaning that cleanses. Augment, a verb meaning to.
A lot of video game words, man.
Carnitas.
Yes, dude.
Destination, a noun meaning.
All right, 10 of 10.
Nonpareil, an adjective meaning having no equal. Nonpareil comes from Middle English.
Almost had me. I read a lot of books when I was a kid, though.
Pirouetted, a noun meaning a rapid whirling about of the body, especially a full turn on the toe or ball of one foot in ballet. The term
Oh!
Glacis, a noun meaning a gentle slope, incline. This word originates from the French term glacer, which means to freeze or slide. Glace.
Oh. Oh.
Penchant, a noun meaning a strong. Bolognaise,
an
adjective meaning of relating.
Okay, 14 to 15. Pirouetted, one too many R's, one too few E's. Okay, that's fair. You got me pretty good. Mine was more like peer-outed. Peer-routed. She did put the sauce on that one. And we love her for it, folks. We do. Okay, it's time for Indonesia guesser. Braised pork belly. This is char siu. I mean, just the ingredients are Japanese, so we will be going to Japan. Oh, kakuni. Now this, I have eaten a lot of kakuni. They know what they're doing with the pork belly. There's no doubt about that. 1,000-year egg. Preserved duck egg. I always assume preserved eggs come from the Philippines. I'm crazy. It also comes from everywhere, but we take those. Fish. Savory seafood stew. Is the stew in the room with us right now? Like, this is... The portion size leaves a little bit to be desired, man. Rich tomato-based broth served with crusty bread. Seafood. I'm going to say this is a... I'm going to say this is a Italian soup. I'm fucking crazy. It was between Italy and France, but then I saw that it had white wine, and I said, this might be an unfair heuristic, but I don't think the French would be messing around with white wine. They would be like, put some red wine in that instead. It's a red soup. And then they would yell at you. And then they would take their first sip ever of Coca-Cola and spit it at the camera. Look at that. 15,000. Average score today, 13,000. Embarrassing. Red wine goes with meat. White wine goes with fish. The white wine goes in the trash. The red wine goes in the trash. I actually had to tell you, I had a meeting on Friday, and they gave me a gift, a New Year gift. It was two porcelain ampules with Chinese ribbons coming down the side. And I said, "Oh, cool, what is this?" And they said, "Are you familiar with Mao Tai?" And I went, "I'm not." And then they gave me a little lesson on what Mao Tai is, which is apparently some kind of like insanely old or at least traditional Chinese liquor from like a region in the mountains or something like that. I was not meeting with Xi Jinping. We're still trying to get in touch with his people. They love it over there. It goes crazy. I don't drink. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, man. I literally think the next time that our daughter gets invited to a play date, I'm going to be bringing two porcelain ampules of Mao Tai and then going like, "Hey, you guys want some of this?" Like, I don't know what to do with it. I was talking about it in my Discord, but I was laughing because someone said, "Oh, Chinese dads love that stuff." And I realized that when they said Chinese dad, they're picturing like a dude in his 60s. And when I hear Chinese dad, I'm picturing a guy who's literally like my exact age. And they're both right. Anyway, I don't know what to do with it, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to show up with a potion next time. Acted. That's Carl Urban and Julia Stiles, man. Born Legacy. And Brian Cox. Born Identity. And Joan Allen. Born Supremacy. I fucking knew it, dude. I thought they would at least give me like a yellow light if I was in the right ballpark, though. Come on. No, I don't really want to drink the Mao Tai. I get sick enough as is, like, without drinking the Chinese potion. I don't think I'm going to drink it, man. My life's in a very delicate balance right now. You can't handle it? Yeah, maybe true. I don't know. I don't take that as a slight, though. Can I have it? No, because it was a business meeting, which means even though I received a gift, technically I paid for it because I'm the client and they're the service provider. So, so no, I have to then take the gift that they gave me and use it to like leverage it for some value in my own life as well. Reese Witherspoon based on a book. Oprah Winfrey? Oh, no, man, I'm not doing this. I can't name 3 Oprah movies. I was going to say Austin Powers 2, but I'm pretty sure that's Jerry Springer, man. Yeah, everybody's naming one of the movies that I know that Oprah's in. She's in 2 Sharknadoes. Oh, she's in A Wrinkle in Time. Okay. Danish scientist Inga Lehmann is best known for discovering there are distinct inner and outer parts of what? Atoms. I mean, the sun. According to our best estimates, what inner part of the Earth has temperatures that are about the same as the surface of the sun? I'm going to say the core of the earth. Otherwise, I think we'd be in a lot of trouble. George Thorogood's first album name drops what specific liquor in a song title? One bourbon, one shot. No, never mind. McLaren's Formula One team is sponsored by what sort of whiskey? Scotch. One bourbon, one scotch. It is one scotch, one beer. A Bedouin shepherd in the West Bank discovered what long-lost artifacts? My keys. Bits of the Hebrew Bible make up about a half of what archaeological find? The Rosetta Stones? Very old rolled up manuscripts. The Dead Sea Scrolls! Oh! That's right. Sun is the fourth book in the Kid Lit Quartet that starts with what 1993 classic? Hatchet. Starring Meryl Streep and Jeff Bridges, what 2014 film is fully in black and white for the first half hour or so? Lois Lowry's Ode to Individuality. This Newbery Award-winning book has sold over 10 million copies. The Giver. This is a blind spot for me. Everybody on earth knows this book except me. We did not read this in school. Nobody I know read this in school. I did not read The Giver with my cat. I did not watch the Giver movie with my cat. Is this the one where it's like people can't get too smart? Yes, sort of. The shit pisses me off because aren't there like 8 books like that? Like there's also like the short story from Kurt Vonnegut, and then there's like isn't it like a Confederacy of Dunces or something like that? The dude's like, "Oh, I'm stupid." But then they make him smart, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sad." So then they make him stupid again? Like it never ends, man. Hoboken's Buddy Valastro is the subject and namesake of what reality show? Cake Boss. Book questions not really up my alley. Sorry, you're right. That is flowers for Algernon. Give me some more questions about the Cake Boss, man. It's like Dune. That's all I need to hear. Phew. Phew. Big Dune fan, actually. Sort these locations in Canada from westernmost to easternmost. Okay. Capital city of Canada is in eastern Ontario. The Vancouver Grizzlies are right on the ocean. Toronto is west of... Okay, wait, hang on. Montreal's east of Ottawa. Toronto's west of Ottawa. Edmonton is west of Saskatchewan. It's literally the easiest question of all time. I don't even need to look at the longitudes. This one took me 9 tries. Of course it's easy if you live in Canada. Hey, buddy, you ever notice how like every single online quiz or game show is all questions about America and people still suck at it? Take a little gander and think about what that means, okay? Because that's what the rest of the world is thinking when they watch contestants from your country on your shows not know anything about the country they live in. It's mind-boggling, okay? Some of the recent long-term champions are Canadian anyway. We clear them. That's why they're jealous. That's why they're saber rattling. It's the only answer. It's not any deeper than that. We have 50 states. Yeah, but literally like 8 of them actually matter. No disrespect. You all know what they are. So let's start. New York, Texas, California, Florida, unfortunately. Now we can start to argue. Washington's definitely in there. No, I'm sorry. Indiana is not in there. Unless we're talking about the history of college basketball, in which case I have to put some respect on it. Ohio, in there, unfortunately. South Dakota, keep dreaming. Juxtastat. Georgia, I'd have to think about it. It might be on the borderline. Higher percentage of days with high wind speed. I got to assume Virginia. All right. Here we go. Higher percentage of people in poverty. What a district, man. Looks like a vacuum. It looks like a Swiffer WestJet, bro. That's crazy. We'll take. I mean, this one's pretty messed up. What? Higher population weighted density. This place say Shenyang Urban Center in China. Higher percentage of people from the silent generation. I'm literally just going to pick Colorado because I think it has a larger... Well, no. Well, thing is, it's like in Colorado, the lifespan is probably like 4 to 5 years longer, which would mean that they would have more old people. But young people tend to flock to the cities and maybe whatever this is as well. So I'm going to go Ohio on that one. Higher percentage of people who commute by car. There's like literally no public transit anywhere in Florida except the Orlando airport. And it sucks because it only takes you to another place in the Orlando airport. I think I was telling this to Chib in Chib's chat because he loves to talk about airports. You could say if you want that this is like a bad look. I really like when it comes to people doing their jobs, I'm not one of those people that's like, you need to smile. You should never sit down. You can't have headphones in. Like, I literally don't care as long as the systems keep working. But everybody at the Orlando airport needs to be fucking grabbed by the collar by whoever the boss of the airport is and go like, can you just fucking, you don't even need to try like 50%, but if you could just not try like negative 10%, this whole thing would go so much better. The passport agent that took our passports didn't even talk to us, man. She just looked at us. We walked up, gave her the documents. She like pointed at one of us. We walked over to the camera and then like stuck our face, and then she would like move her finger and then point to another one. We'd put our face on like the facial recognition camera. It's crazy, dude. And then the security always acts like you work at the fucking airport. They almost never have bins, and when they have bins, they're not the bins you can actually like put shit in. They're all like the little circular coin bins that are like, what are you supposed to do when you have like a jacket or something like that, or like a phone that's like not a circle? Like it doesn't make any sense, man. Just get the bigger bins. The bin, they got to be like $1 each or something like that. It's madness. They got you putting your valuables in like the dog dish. They're almost $100. They literally get like 100 million passengers flying through every year. And then the dining in the terminal, and this is now secondary. 3 choices. Burger King that's out of Whoppers. Outback Steakhouse in an airport that got my whole family sick the one time we ate there, or the weird like Caribbean Breeze restaurant which has 172 tables and one server. Like the airport, they just do not care at all. And I don't expect it to be like a beautiful experience every time I go to the airport, but it's unbelievable, man. BK me? Well, this is where we got 22 chicken nuggets for like the price of 8. But they like the Orlando airport, they don't give a fuck, dude. Like most airports, you don't expect. I mean, I sympathize with you. You have to go through like security to work at the Church's Chicken in the Vancouver airport. Like that seems like a shit job. I don't expect you to have like a smile on your face all the time. But like Orlando, in terms of like a place where humanity goes to die, the Orlando airport is like high on the list, man. Like there is no sense of like you're not looking at other people in there and going like we're all human beings trying to get through this. Every single person in there is your enemy at all times. That's basically all of Florida. I mean, I've been to Miami and I've been to Orlando. And when I went to Miami, I was like, surely all of Florida can't be this bad because this is like, I don't even know. It's just kind of like Las Vegas, but with a little bit more like of a coastal flair. And it turns out that everywhere else is actually like worse, which is crazy. It's the PvP zone. No shot you said that. I was not vibing with South Beach at all. I mean, it was like it looked nice, like in terms of like the scenery and stuff looked beautiful. The weather was nice, but like all the people I met, and this is before all the crypto people started moving to Miami. All the people I met in Miami who were like choosing to live in Miami, or at least live close to South Beach, I was like, these are not my people at all, man. Probably the highest like per capita incidence rate of like custom wrapped luxury vehicles with like SoundCloud links on them. It's a wild world down there. Las Vegas probably still worse. Well, it's I gotta think about it. Las Vegas is like it's really judgmental. Las Vegas has to be worse because the worst people in the United States of America deliberately congregate there to be worse than they are most of the time when they're at home. Miami doesn't have the culture of like, it doesn't have the same pull, I guess, as like, hey, let's do our bachelorette party there. Let's do our bachelor party there. Let's do our fucking realtor retreat there. Also, I hear that Vegas outside of the strip is actually cool. Whereas, I don't know. I need someone to vouch for Miami, man. Are there any motherfuckers like me in Miami? Is there anyone living in Miami who's like, yeah, it's awesome and I don't even like to dance? What about the coach of the Dolphins? He kind of looks like me. Mike McDaniel. Yeah, that's the guy. Not Pat Riley. Oh, man. All right. Slash